Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Thursday, April 10th, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 2025. California has been rocked by multiple earthquakes in less than 12 hours. The seismicity began around 9 p.m. when a 3.5 mag hit outside of Little Lake, and it's continuing now. Keep calm. It's only a matter of time. A tourist helicopter crashes in the Hudson River in New York City, killing all 6 on board, the pilot and a family of 5, including 3 children. The unusual thing is that it lost its blades prior to the crash. Did it run into a drone? What did it hit? Questions are mounting. Well, a mini heat wave is arriving in Southern California, and, well, no one is upset about that. Southern California's first heat wave of the year has arrived. Spring has rushed in like a lion. Some parts of the region will see temperatures of 90 degrees or warmer, and I believe Arizona has already hit 100 degrees. Welcome to the beginning of summer. Well, the good news is La Niña is dead. Bad news for the southern regions, especially the southwest. We are in ENSO neutral, and it looks like for the coming months, it's going to be a dry period out here across the entire south. Here is the temperature outlook above normal in the orange, and that extends all the way up into Canada. So we have ENSO neutral for the spring, ding ding, and into the summer, which means less precipitation in the southwest. A storm system impacting the eastern U.S., critical fire weather in the northern high plains and the southwest U.S. A storm system will pivot across the Carolinas and mid-Atlantic. You can see flood warnings and thunderstorm warnings up here in these regions. Precipitation is possible in parts of interior New England. Dry conditions and gusty winds will bring critical fire weather Friday over parts of the northern high plains, those areas listed here in the pink. Then shifting over the desert southwest and adjacent high plains Saturday and Sunday, which should be a fun day. Do not flick your cigarette butts out the door. Al Gore's a bore. Here is the GFS model. We can see a system moving in the Pacific Northwest now and the severe weather threat for the southeast in the next, well, overnight. And it will move offshore this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, bringing some high elevation snow to the northeast with the system in the west kind of petering out and redeveloping here over the Great Lakes region midweek here, Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday as it bombs out over the northeast. Quite a mild pattern for spring, ding ding. No real severe weather threats, just mild ones. Nothing significant like we've seen. And the good news is that snow will continue to fall over many of the regions. Let's walk it through for you. Here is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And you can see the snow on the ground. Heavy snow in the northeast, snow in the northern tier. Through the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Some additional snow in the northeast, but a weak activity as far as the snow ho-ho. It looks like late April we could see another increase in the northeast and a big system moving all the way down into the southern Rockies by the end of April. Good news for the snowpack. They don't need any good news in Japan. The snowpack is at epic levels. A Japan ski resort is reporting a 282-inch base. Let that sink in. Japan got buried alive in powder this season. I mean, it always does, but this year it was truly extra deep. In the central and northern prefectures of Nagano, Niigata, Gunma, and Aomori, snow depths have reached an astonishing 6 to 7 meters. That's 20 to 23 feet, with more on the way. This global warming goodness, well, I thought it was going to be a thing of the past. Shut up, Al! Get your hole! Al Gore's mumbling something. I don't know what he's saying. Here is the last data set for total snow mass for the northern hemisphere, excluding the mountains, and it's epic. Off the charts all March. Has not been updated since March 24th. I wonder what's going on there. California rocked by multiple earthquakes in less than 12 hours. An assessment from Michigan Tech University showed that people typically do not feel quakes with magnitude 2.5 or less. But the USGS detected the most recent quake, 2.8, around 4:30 a.m. near Petrolia. No injuries or damages have been reported following the California quakes. The latest quake struck along the San Andreas Fault that spans 800 miles up and down California, which experts fear is overdue for another massive earthquake. According to the Great California Shakeout, experts have estimated that over 39 million people on the West Coast would feel the effects of the big one, which is a magnitude 8 or higher and is, well, long overdue. So California has experienced 4 earthquakes in less than 12 hours, and the seismic activity continues. Let's take a look at that. Oh, we just had another rumbler there. A 2.5 in Cala Patricia, California. So we've got multiple quakes here in the south, a cluster, 1, 2, at least a half a dozen in the 2 mag, and we can move up the San Andreas here to a 3.2 in Thousand Palms. Who knew? Now you do. Actually, a lot of these quakes have fallen off the map, so let's get to 7 days, 4.5 or greater. So you can see here what we're dealing with, a 2.7 in Coachella, a 3.2 in Thousand Palms, more on the San Andreas, 3.3 in Parkfield, and a 3.0 in Ridgemark. So this is raising eyebrows as these quakes are all falling on the San Andreas in the last 48 hours. Hours of powers. Let's just close that up and we'll look at the rest of the quakes. Oh, we don't want to look at that. Let's look at 1 day 2.5 plus. Okay, the activity in the U.S. is pretty normal worldwide. Nothing to worry about except that slight uptick in Cali. The Reykjanes Ridge experienced the slight seismic swarm over the last 24 hours. That's come to a close. Something is happening along this dike propagation to the north near Reykjavik, and certainly something interesting is going to happen soon in the form of a new volcanic fissure. Worldwide volcano news, huge day for erupting volcanoes. Ibu to 7,000 feet. Semeru, volcanic eruption reported today. Sangay, no volcanic ash today. Bezamiani on the list. Incandescent hot rockfalls continue from the lava dome. Liwatolo, volcanic ash advisory to 7,000. Popo to 20,000. Reventador, possible volcanic ash. Liwatobi to 6,000 feet. White Island, puffing and passing. Ducono, volcanic ash reported. Nevado de Ruiz, 20,000-foot blast there. Ibu, volcanic ash reported as well. Reventador, 15,000-foot blast. Semeru, volcanic eruption reported. Santaguito, sporadic emissions of ash. Liwatobi to 8,000 feet. Popo on the list. Semeru, who knew? Eruption last reported. Bezamiani, the eruption continues with the active growing lava dome. We've got Sangay to 21,000 feet. Ducono, puffing and passing today. Ibu as well. And that wraps up worldwide volcano news for the day. Hey. Quick look at space weather. Very sparse flaring activity. 3-day geomagnetic forecast showing pretty much all quiet with little geomagnetic instability. The current disk showing a new region entering Earth-facing zone in the next day or so. Active region 4060, but no flaring occurring now, which is good news. KP at 4 plus. Let's take a look at what's going on with the Discover solar wind. Well, it looks like the BZ shifted south for a period, but it's back up north here. Nothing much else going on. A little spike in density. Plasma speed is quite low. Nothing really spectacular. And we are at, in fact, KP 4 plus. So maybe some areas in northern Canada could see some good aurora tonight. Kilauea's volcanic ash has prompted the largest open ocean phytoplankton bloom ever recorded, according to a new study. Now, many people think volcanic eruptions are destroyers of Earth, and in fact, they are. They are the cause of many climate catastrophes as well as ending empires. But when Kilauea erupted in May 2018, an enormous amount of ash was released into the atmosphere in a plume nearly 5 miles high. A new study by an international team of researchers revealed that a rare and large summertime phytoplankton bloom in the northern Pacific subtropical gyre in the summer of 2018 was prompted by the ash from Kilauea falling on the ocean surface 1,200 miles west of the volcano. The research was published recently in the Journal of Geophysical Research, and it is fantastic, showing us how, well, Earth is a dynamic system, and many of the climate tards that are pushing fear don't even understand the science. Kilauea volcanic ash induced a massive phytoplankton bloom in the nutrient-poor North Pacific subtropical gyre, published the 15th of March, will be linked below. Go get it. Now, did you know that an extinct North American rhino lived in huge herds across the U.S.? This is according to paleontologists like myself. Paleontologists have examined teeth of the Tylosaurus major, an extinct species of rhinoceriid or rhinoceritid that lived in North America from 17.5 to 5 million years ago. Found at the Ashfall fossil beds in Nebraska, the United States, here more than 100 Tylosaurus major individuals at a single watering hole died and were entombed in ash from an eruption of the Yellowstone supervolcano. What does it tell us? Well, it tells us that just a few million years ago, we had huge herds of rhinoceri roaming in North America. And after their extinction, they were replaced by other megafauna like bison and mammoth. Up to 5 elephants lived in the United States until just about 12,800 years ago. Scientists discovered an unexpected link between diet and lung cancer risk. For many years, I've wondered, as a smoker, why there are so many millions of people that smoke until they die in their 90s, and yet a large group of people die from lung cancer. Yeah, it's 1 in 5 who smoke get lung cancer. Well, apparently, according to a new study, it's because they eat crappy food. A high carbohydrate diet induces this type of cancer. So if you're eating Doritos and cheese puffs and pasta and cheap bread and all the other garbage and chemicals coming from the center of the supermarket, and you smoke, you're a high candidate for lung cancer. There is a huge correlation between a high carbohydrate diet and this type of disease. So heed the warnings and go paleo. Speaking of paleo, we'll be in the San Luis Valley all weekend. Alien, Alan, and I will be at the San Luis Valley Seed Exchange April 12th and 13th. And tomorrow we'll be exploring the cart ruts in Witches Canyon in the Penitente region of the San Luis Valley. Should be some spectacular videos popping up tomorrow as we do our work in the desert in the middle of absolutely nowhere. These are some of the most amazing areas you can visit. If you've never been out to the San Luis Valley, well, it certainly should be on your bucket list. And we hope you enjoy all the videos coming out all weekend. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a few updates as well. We would appreciate your support also over on our Rumble channel, as we've just put up one of our first premium Rumble podcasts today on Oppenheimer Ranch Project. And the video is Mass Extinctions Correlate with Magnetic Reversals and Population Bottleneck. So if you are a premium member at Rumble, please go check it out. We've already got almost 1,000 views there, so that means a lot of you are premium content viewers. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share the video. Come join us in the San Luis Valley this weekend. It's going to be almost 80 degrees, and it's going to be fantastic. Like-minded people hanging out and having a great time. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all those fantastic YouTube things, and go check us out on Rumble at Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News. Rumble is the future of free speech. Be safe. We love you. And that is a boom.